Greetings, divine mirrors, sacred awakening, remembering gods and goddesses, one and all. Thank you for showing up. Welcome to Voices of the Global Awakening, Tuesdays with Tess. This is episode number 37. And today's topic I'm calling the power of your sacred focus. And I called it that instead of the way that I generally say it, because I really wanted to cast a wider net and call you in to a perspective that has been very healing and nourishing for me. And so the way that I normally would speak of this is your precious focus of attention. And I'm really wanting to invite you to look at your relationship with your focus of attention. I would say likely that it is something that gets taken for granted and not really considered, and consequently many of us, I dare say, and certainly I have had my share of it, and I choose to guard it. Like, I've recently been talking about this beautiful little watercolor pen and ink painting that a friend of mine had made for me many, many years ago. Her name was Josephine Roth. And this little painting was about this. She did it. It was like the size of a postcard, and she framed it for me. And I had it for so long, and I'm not exactly sure where it departed to, at what point in my journey of simplifying and shedding and downsizing and releasing and all that spiritual stuff, all these concepts that we on the spiritual path oftentimes really deeply consider. What are we holding on to, and what are we letting go of? And if we see an opportunity to gift somebody with something that was a cherished possession of ours, and we always hold our possessions in our heart, and when we see someone that it seems as though they and that possession might actually be a match, there's something beautiful about passing it along to them. So anyway, I digress. I don't know where that painting got to, and maybe it'll still turn up in my experience, but she titled it Guarding the Cave of Consciousness. And the way that I interpreted that is that this, where we consider to be our thoughts, our mind, our awareness, where we do our thinking from, is a very sophisticated and certainly sacred, and I'll say, without awareness, a vulnerable gift that we have. And I say vulnerable because unless we have awareness around, as she described, guarding the cave of consciousness, we can easily be susceptible to other people's thoughts and worldviews and their energy, if they are upset, or if they are chaotic, or if they are in fear, or if they are perpetuating some sort of a propaganda that causes a feeling of insecurity and unsafety and any of those things. So to guard the cave of consciousness, that place, that space where we retreat to tune in to ourselves and how we feel and what is our truth, and what is our genuine heart's desire versus what have other people suggested that we should want, and what have we been told to believe is important and of value, and we buy into it, and in our heart of hearts it may not be important or of value to us at all. So I describe this, as I decided to name the topic today, the power of your sacred focus. What I really mean is your precious, precious focus of attention. It seems to me that this is one thing that we may have some choice over. So, becoming more aware, becoming more present, becoming more sensitively attuned to monitoring your own thoughts, your own energy field, your own nervous system, your own assessment of your own sense of peace inside of your own being, inside of your own body. If you know what I'm talking about, please make some comment in the chat so I know you're here and I know that you are tracking me. So I'm really wanting to impart to you how profoundly precious, how profoundly sacred your own cave of consciousness is. It is your inner peace sanctuary. It is your retreat. It is your chapel where you get to commune with the divine essence that is your source, that animates you, that sustains you, that keeps you here in body. And the more awareness that can be brought to the awesome miracle of your very existence, the more self-love, the more self-respect, the more self-esteem, the more self-honor to what you can wholeheartedly participate in and say yes to, and what you are obliged to graciously decline. Because when you get the power of your sacred focus, and you get that you have choice in where you place your precious focus of attention, you will begin to choose more and more wisely, more and more self-lovingly, more and more self-honoringly, more and more with your own ability to trust that you are divine and you are on a divine path and you are being divinely guided. You simply need to tune in to really listen. And that requires respecting yourself so much that you make listening to the quality of your own thoughts more so for a time than anyone else's. And I say for a time because our goal here is not to become hermits and not to become isolated to where we just want to listen to ourselves and we don't want to hear anybody else and we just want to stay in our own energy and and so there goes the end of civilization. That is not the intention. The intention is to unplug for a time to allow your nervous system to come to peace, to allow yourself to calm down, be present, feel the healing relief of stepping off the invisible treadmill. That is the invisible program that is running our society. I once wrote a blog, if you will, here on Facebook. You could probably look it up through my page. It was called Program to Chase. I wrote it some years ago, but I think about it all the time because we have been indoctrinated into maintaining such a busy, frenetic, frantic pace. That we're living in a constant state of mania. And many of us cannot even really enjoy the miracle and the gift of getting to be alive, of getting to be here in these bodies, in these forms, with these personalities and these senses and these gifts that we get to share, and our ability to communicate, to speak and listen. And between our devices and our time is money mania, we have become too busy to really drop in to the miracle of our own being and to notice the miracle of one another. We are the divine embodied. What is more divine than we? So when I choose to tune in with you here, what I am choosing is communion with the all that is, with the everyone and everything, and to allow this device to be the excuse for dropping in deeply to the present moment, which is the sacred gift that we have been given. And have simply been way too busy to receive. So when I ask myself, where would I, in this now, most wish to direct my precious focus of attention? In this now, the answer is right here with you. I invite you to start paying more and more attention to where you are allowing your focus to be. Is it on thoughts or situations or beings that please you, that bring you joy? If not, can you give yourself permission to change it? Start to question whether you actually owe anyone your precious focus of attention. And if you don't, I invite you to love yourself enough to redirect to anything that makes you feel better. I would suggest that this is how to honor Source and to honor yourself. We honor Source by honoring ourselves. And the point is not trying to hurt anyone, not wanting to hurt anyone. Simply wanting to honor and be true to self. It seems to me that this is power. The knowing and honoring oneself so much that you guard the cave of consciousness. You guard the precious power of your focus. And you turn it towards that which feels the most enriching and nourishing and uplifting and fulfilling. So then your apologies become easier when you feel to bow out from something and not put your energy there anymore. And there's less and less guilt. It is our Creator's great joy to give each of us the kingdom or queendom we were conceived and animated to enjoy. Are you willing to give yourself permission to enjoy? I wrote this song for my mother a long time ago. It goes, when is it time to enjoy your life? When to release all the pain and strife? When to be other than mother or wife? When is it time? Is it time? When is it time to forgive the past? When to breathe free, just to be at last? When do you stop, always running so fast? When is it time? Is it time? Years pass us by in the blink of an eye, like clouds in the sky. They go. You've paid your dues. Ain't it time now to choose to live for the love of you? When is it time just to laugh and smile? When to indulge in your own sweet style. When to be happy, relax for a while. When is it time? Is it time? Someday is here, friends. Someday is now. Let go your fear, friends. I'll show you how. When is it time to enjoy your life? When to release all the pain and strife? When to be other than mother or sister or brother or lover or wife? When is it time? Is it time? I call this program Voices of the Global Awakening. I also have a group called Waking Up from the Hypnosis of Mortal Reality. It appears that my role in the divine play is to point to the emperor's lack of clothes and introduce those who are drawn to me to listen to your divine and sacred self, so that you start treating yourself like the royal majesty, the royal child of divinity that you are. And as you do, you will treat others in the same vein, because you will realize that we are all divine, we are all sacred, we are all miraculous, we are all mystical, we are all mysterious, we are all ephemeral and ethereal and magical and magnificent. And you will stop taking life for granted, yours and anyone else's. That is the invitation and opportunity of awakening. I'm on board. Who's on board with me? Life can feel so much better when we stop taking it for granted, when we stop being in this ho-hum mundane mind and open our mystical eyes and see the magic and the miracle and the wonder and the sacredness and the holiness of what we actually are. So you get to stop as many times a day as you feel to and ask yourself, where is my precious focus of attention? What am I attuning to? And is this focus worthy of me? Does this focus cause me to feel more divine, more celebrated, more sublime, more exalted, more empowered, more filled with grace? This is the opportunity available to you to infuse yourself and your experience of existing with more and more and more grace. At some point, I am expecting a guest, probably in about a half an hour or so. And she has been the first VIP inaugural participant of a retreat that I conceived called the Slow Queen Retreat. And the whole design of it was to bring this wonderful, divine, willing participant into awareness of her own worthiness and her own sacredness and her own deservability. And I was telling an online spiritual tune-up coaching client of mine that I had this participant in my home, and he immediately said, well, will you be offering Slow King retreats as well? And I said, well, I can. And so it's really quite interesting and mystical and very validating when people catch the energy and they recognize that there is something here that their soul has been longing for and calling for. And it really, really requires a willingness to step out of the routine that one can fall into in their lives. It is rather common that we get into some rut or like hamster in a wheel kind of a situation where we're okay, we're getting by on a certain level, maybe we're even shining in certain ways, and certainly we may very well be being celebrated by others who are also very good at getting by and making it look like it's working and it's good. And in certain cases, I would say it probably is. It probably is. And if you're one who is experiencing that it's not, that the pace of modern society feels incongruent in your being, in your body, and feels potentially even self-violent on a certain level, and you don't know how to get out of it because you're just running, you're just running on this treadmill, and you're hearing my voice, and you're hearing this message, and you're hearing this offer, and you're feeling into your experience of my energy. And I really would invite you to close your eyes and tune in, because your feeling sense is likely to be more pure, unadulterated than your cognitive skills, because from inception or birth, I don't know, we are indoctrinated with other people's thoughts and feelings and beliefs and ideas about how things should be and what's right. And I'm even sharing mine with you. And I'm simply inviting you that if you give yourself permission to really tune in energetically, and if you close your eyes, you're less distracted by the appearance of me and more aware of the vibration of the voice that emanates from this vessel and the choice of words and the message that is coming through. And if somewhere inside of your being, the transmission of this message through my voice to your ears is feeling good inside you, whether it is in your soul, your solar plexus, your heart, your belly, your womb space, wherever you might feel it. And if there is anything about what I'm saying that is resonating with you, then, I absolutely invite you to reach out to me, to send me a direct message, and share a little bit with me, please, about what it is about my communication that is speaking to you. And we can set up a little 20-minute, half hour, whatever it turns out to be, little discovery call to drop in together to your personal experience and determine whether we could be a match to supporting some liberation in your chest, in your breathing, in your psyche, some letting go that hanging out with me for a while could support you in having a major change in your relationship with the miracle of your own life. And I have worked with people one-on-one for varying lengths of time, and it seems like the deeper I go, the deeper someone is willing to entrust themselves to hang out with me, to surrender to a trust that my heart and my intentions and my intuition and guidance are in a good place and well-meaning, and really wanting to see my mirrors liberated. And the more I see my mirrors liberated, the more it liberates me. That is and continues to be my experience, because while I facilitated this one-on-one Slow Queen retreat last week, it was bringing me into an even slower place and pace. And as I would describe it, as functioning at the pace of grace. Because what I have discovered is that when you give yourself permission to move at the pace of grace, which means to move according to the honor of your own breath and body at the rhythm that feels most self-respecting and most nurturing and nourishing to you. That there is a level of awareness that increases. It rises, and suddenly where my thoughts, in my case, seemed like a barrage of just download of information and so much, and I can do this and I can do that and I can think about this and I could do that, and there was a neurotic quality to it that felt like a war going on inside my head. And when I set out to quiet that, to put my precious focus of attention on my own healing, to begin to appreciate myself and love myself and have compassion for myself in such a way that giving myself away to somebody else's whirlwind is no longer an option. So when Gandhi spoke of be the peace you want to see in the world, it is this. It is making a commitment to guarding the cave of consciousness, guarding your inner peace temple. To seek ye first the kingdom or the queendom within, and make your sanctuary there the most important thing in your life. A place that you always keep a certain portion of yourself still sitting there, so that no matter who or what you engage with, you stay in your temple. You stay on your throne. You love and respect yourself so much, and you trust your source, the unknowable intelligence that breathes life into your being and sustains you, that you are willing to be that embodied demonstration of the peace that surpasseth all understanding. For others. And you're not willing to give that peace up for any of them. Does this make sense? What I'm saying to you? And that doesn't mean that you can't have joy and you can't dance and you can't be out of your head, and that it can't be playful, because you can be peaceful and you can be playful, because likely if you're peaceful, you feel safe. And when you feel safe, it's so much easier to feel playful and daring and excited and want to do all kinds of fun things, because you know in your heart of hearts that you are loved, you are blessed, you are sacred, you are precious. You are a walking, talking, living, breathing miracle, surrounded by a 360-degree miracle that is all around you. In me, on me, everywhere around me, I feel your love. Will me, thrill me, fill me till you still me, I feel your love. In loving you, I'm loving me. The love we share has set me free. You lift me up and carry me. You bring me where I always dreamed I could be. In me, on me, everywhere around me, I feel your love. Will me, thrill me, fill me till you still me, I feel your love. You take me to the highest high. You give me wings and let me fly. You love me so, oh my, much more, my God, than all the money could buy. Out of time and out of space, out of my mind and filled with grace, I imagine I can see your face. I feel your love, feel your embrace. In me, on me, everywhere around me, I feel your love. Will me, thrill me, fill me till you still me, I feel your love. 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 That is my song, I Feel Your Love, from my EP, Awaken the Dream, A Musical Medicine for the Soul, Volume 1. 15 songs, and you can find all that on Spotify and on YouTube and all the major platforms. There's all kinds of information up at the top of my description for this video. And so you can look there to see all sorts of different ways to interface and engage and support and promote and participate. So I am looking for collaborators. I am looking for people to play with. And I'm not waiting for any of it. I am showing up and I am sharing my face and I am sharing my voice and I am sharing my consciousness as I invite each of you to share yours, because all the world's a stage. All of us are sacred players in this divine play, and each and every one of us has a unique perspective that contributes a piece to the puzzle and assists in the evolution and awakening of us all. We are all allies in each other's evolution, and I would love to hear your voice and your perspective as much as I would love for you to hear and support mine. So that's what it is. It's a symbiotic relationship, and we are dancing together and we are playing together and we are just breathing in this miraculous field that is our home, just like the miraculous field that is the home of the sea creatures is water, and they probably cannot see their atmosphere either. that is supporting and sustaining them, and yet it is. So we need those moments where we are momentarily taken out of the water so that we can point and say, hey, this is here, this is where we live. And once we have some awareness around them, that we can actually start to enjoy it more. We can actually start to go, hey, I really am being supported and sustained by existence. I don't actually have to figure it all out up here. I came for the ride. And the more I let go and trust the current to take me, the more fun my experience can be. It is my fear programming that has me hold on to the side of the pool and be afraid to jump in. So consider this weekly broadcast, Voices of the Global Awakening, Tuesdays with Tess, your portal to stick your toes into the pool that is a wonderful temperature and is ready for you and is waiting for you. Step inside your mind, seek and ye shall find all the treasures you've been dreaming of. Gently turn to me, I will set you free. Melt your troubles in the warmth of love. Everything you've ever longed for, you already own. I am so much nearer than your nearest telephone. Just be still and you will hear me. You are not alone. I am you, you are me, we are one. Ask and you'll receive, if you but believe. Life is so much simpler than we know. It's such a rich surprise when we realize faith's the magic fuel that makes things go. Everything you've ever longed for, you already own. I am so much nearer than your nearest telephone. Just be still and you will hear me. You are not alone. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. We are the one we've been waiting for. We're the Messiah banging at your door. Look in the mirror, see who's watching you. You are the deity you're praying to. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are one. I am you, you are me, we are faith, we are light, we are peace, we are life, we are mind, we are real, we are truth, we are love, we are God, we are now. We are one. We are one. Beyond the illusion of these separate forms and personalities and circumstances, we are one consciousness masquerading as multitudes. And how blessed we are to get to be here in these tangible physical forms that are so sacred and so precious and so mystical and miraculous. And they house this consciousness that, as we learn to pay attention to it and harness it and focus it and realize how precious is our power, that we get to choose where we want to place this sacred focus of attention. And we get to withdraw our energy and attention from anything that isn't feeling delicious, uplifting, nourishing, sacred inside of us. We get to feel, we get to heal, we get to experience our gratitude for the lessons that our discomfort has taught us, and we get to choose when it is time to disengage from those energies, and without anger and without blame, we get to simply withdraw and shift and redirect to look for that which nourishes our precious focus of attention. And I really invite you to hold that gift to your heart. This is you. This is yours. You owe it to yourself to guard and protect this beautiful part of you that deserves to live in a state of grace. And the truth is, we are all always here by grace. And so consequently, we are living in grace. It's only infinitely better when we realize it, when we are aware of it and not doubting it. So we actually have the power to claim it simply by saying, I am living in a state of grace. And I hold my sacred power, my precious focus of attention to me, to my heart, to my holy being. And I am going to love and honor myself so much that I can give myself permission to graciously withdraw from any situation or circumstance that isn't feeling delicious to me. Leah, hi Tess, I'm here, but I am going to just listen and absorb today. Thanks for being there for me. Okay, Queen Leanora, as you wish, my Royal Highness. I'm on my way to the concert, but will be wearing my queendom, as you always must, because there is no separation between you and your queendom. So this, my friends, who is speaking here now in the chat is the VIP inaugural participant of my Slow Queen retreat that I was speaking of earlier, and I said would be joining us at some point to share about her experience. And in her queenly right to course correct and tune into her own energy and allow herself the freedom and the spaciousness and the grace to follow her flow and do it in the most gracious way. So this is a beautiful example of trusting that even though our needs and our desires and even our agreements may not always line up because we are evolving beings. And that is why some of the commitments that we have been programmed to make here in this 3D simulation really have had a certain kind of a violence to them. For example, the "till death do us part" marriage vow is really like this black magic contract, which suggests that the only honorable way for anyone to part is if one or the other of them or both leave their body, rather than we are the truth of us is that we are ever evolving beings and we never step in the same river twice. So why we would expect ourselves to remain the same and not shift, and then to hold one another hostage to these agreements, these hypnotic agreements, is really not fair and really not fun. And I think that, you know, there's so many different insidious ways and places that this shows up. So to be willing to trust the flow. I trust the ease and flow. I trust the ease and flow. I release the need to know. I trust the ease and flow. Yeah, so to be willing to choose. And we have choice. This is why it is our precious focus of our attention. The power of our sacred focus is, it's like, okay, right here, right now, I am not getting what I thought I was going to be getting and what I expected. And what does she say? Thanks. I was putting a lot of pressure on myself today on a number of levels. Well, good for you for being so aware of yourself, to notice and to be willing to make a different choice. So as I was saying about myself, it's like I was here with an impression and an expectation, and suddenly my beautiful sister Queen has informed me that she is experiencing a shift. And so consequently, I am needing to shift as well. And rather than making that a problem, if I graciously trust that everything is always in divine order, even if it looks and feels like disorder. Welcome, Trina. How are you? Nice to see you here. I've got Leah typing in the chat, and her energy has shifted, and seems to be participating in writing rather than coming on camera with me as planned. And we are just discussing the power of our sacred focus and our precious focus of attention, and our the more that we give ourselves permission to tune in, to pay attention, to honor the truth of what we may be feeling at any given moment, then to allow ourselves to simply give over to our truth and to courageously be willing to share our truth, lovingly share our truth with the someone or someones that we may be disappointing, or we assume or perceive that we could be disappointing by the shift in our intention. I mean, sometimes people just ghost, right? They just disappear and they don't inform you when they have made a different decision than what had been agreed upon. And that doesn't feel that great. And I can certainly wish that that never happened. And perhaps I can intend that I only receive honoring reflection from here forward, with excellent communication skills to show up and take responsibility for what someone is feeling, just as Leah has done here. Getting ready for this concert is taking a lot out of me as well, but it is part of the fruitage. Well, see, that's what, as I shared with you, my friend Josephine Roth, who I mentioned earlier, and maybe I'm going to be conjuring her up suddenly, because I was speaking about that painting that I told you about, Leah, when you were here, that she made. It was about the size of a postcard, and it was watercolor and pen and ink, and she called it Guarding the Cave of Consciousness. And so very early on, I was introduced to this idea of protecting the sanctity of our own crown, our own chakra, where it is our mind and our connection to source, and to tune into that so reverently that I choose to declare that I am here as an instrument for that awareness. That awareness feels the most sacred and the most sublime, and I am most interested in attuning to it and using myself as a channel for that level of transparent, authentic, gracious communication. So when I say guarding the cave of consciousness and your precious focus of attention, one of the things that Josie used to say was, sorting is a sacred process. So determining what feels the most uplifting, the most nourishing, the most life-giving and fulfilling, and to consistently choose to make that choice, and to the best of our ability, where there is an opportunity to be in integrity with a mirror with someone else who is equally sacred to us, that we find the courage, and ultimately it will require a less sense of courage, because we will begin to trust that speaking our truth from a loving place doesn't hurt anyone. In fact, it is a contribution, and like they say in the cuddle party rules, when you give an authentic no, that is a gift that you are giving to someone, because you are releasing them to an authentic yes, instead of a compromised yes, because the person doesn't want to hurt their feelings and doesn't want to say no. And the proper response in that realm, in the cuddle party realm, is thank you for taking care of yourself. Thank you for taking care of yourself. So Leah, Queen Leanora, thank you for taking care of yourself, because I would much rather have you show up here 100% inspired to share than to have your focus be split not really wanting to be here, but showing up because you feel guilty or obligated or like you promised and you're supposed to. And I get the whole thing about the show must go on, but we are evolving. We are evolving into new paradigms. And maybe those old paradigms of programmed, canned, predicted, scripts are not going to survive in this new reality where we are all trusting our spontaneous being more and more and more and more and more and more and more. I would rather support anyone in leaving if that is their truth than staying if they are not satisfied to be here with me in my reflection and my energy. And that's my truth, and that's always been my truth. So I'm grateful to get to express this out loud on a recorded program that will exist in posterity. And if it serves anyone at any time to attune to this instrument and this consciousness and this frequency, then that is just delicious and delightful. So I think I must take a sip of water and go into the silence a little bit. So I invite us to be in the silence together and feel the richness and the nourishment of that until something comes alive and one of us has something to say. And if I haven't said it, you are welcome to inform me that you would like to come on this call with me and to dialogue and bring what there is in your awareness about what has been said or what's coming up for you or whatever else might be alive for you in this divine, precious, sacred now. Wow, I was thirsty. Whew! Put this down. Permission, 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 permission. Permission, 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 permission to be the one and only unique expression of the divine that is you. Permission, permission. Blessings, Kimberly. I am giving everyone permission to be the most expressed, divine, delicious, unique, eccentric, wild, sacred, controversial, beautiful version of themselves, whoever they are, whoever you are. This is your life. This is your life. And you get to hold your precious focus of attention on learning and discovering who you are and what delights you and what makes you tick and what makes you feel good and what causes you to feel supported and thrilled and excited to be alive and to be here. We are permission to untether ourselves, to take our energy back, all of it, bring it back to us, all the tentacles. We get to gently snip them. We don't have to hurt anyone or anything, but we get to take ourselves back to ourselves. And regroup. And go, wait a minute. There's a me here. There is a me here who feels whatever I feel. And I get that my ultimate goal is to feel good and to feel grateful for the blessing and the miracle and the privilege of getting to exist. in a body, as a character, with a personality, with a form, with a point of view. I get to be me, and you get to be you, and that is so awesome. Underneath whatever sorrow, whatever pain, whatever sadness, whatever wounding, whatever shame, whatever story of unworthiness got, I don't know what the word is, that got inseminated into your sweet, precious mind. Underneath that, you know that you are precious. You know that you are sacred. You know that you are unique. There is no one like you. And that makes you special. Even though we're all special. And when you realize that, not only do you treat yourself as the special that you deserve, you extend that to everyone else. If you meet, you meet. If you get along, you get along. It doesn't matter. We bless each other because we are all in this miracle together. And we have a choice about what we put our precious focus of attention on. So we have the opportunity to choose. If we're noticing that where we are dwelling is in places that cause us to feel badly, then it behooves us to redirect ourselves and get our minds out of those places and redirect them to reinforcing the awareness of the miracle that we are, that our life is regardless. And the work is to practice this when it's challenging. When it is easy, we don't even need to do it. It's happening by itself. But it's like any other muscle that we decide to work. To work this muscle for claiming our own preciousness. And the preciousness of our sacred focus of attention. The world is a mirror. As we treat ourselves, so we are treated. as we treat ourselves, so we see played out on the world stage. To cherish ourselves so much that we can witness some of the horrors that flash across our eyes. And we can genuinely, humbly bow our heads and give thanks. There, but by the grace of God go I. No matter what I go through, I am so grateful that I exist. And no matter what we go through, I am so grateful that we exist. All you characters, no matter who you are, whether you're easy for me to get along with, whether you rub me the wrong way, it makes no difference. I see your divinity. I see your uniqueness. I see the meticulous intention that went into shaping your character. And that is awe-inspiring to me. Kimberly, it's a practice for sure. I found that humans are like artichokes. We keep shedding the layers to get to the heart. Beautiful. Yes, absolutely beautiful. Would you like to come on and chat with me, Kimberly? It's been a little bit. It's been a minute. So, it's like such a catchphrase in the world and certainly in the New Age movement, this whole self-love thing. And it's so used that it can easily sound like a cliche. Here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. I'm so excited to have this guest on. This is someone who knows a thing or two about self-love and what she puts her precious focus of attention on. There she is.
No. I was just sitting here painting and listening to you. I was like, oh, I love Tess. I love the expression of the divine that is you. It's so beautiful. And listening to you, I am so honored to call you friend. Just your heart and, how you've grown just in the last few years. I have seen like exponential, and I'm like, ah, that's so amazing.
Thank you. It's funny because I talk a lot about my experience in Bucerias and
Mm-hmm.
and how it even took me a while from when I was there to integrate what Rich was saying, what Richie was saying, so it
Mm-hmm.
was like I'm going through my purging and I'm like enveloped in the darkness and I've got so much pain around my upbringing and all this stuff, and over he's going, thank you, Mother. Thank you, Father. Thank you, God. Thank you for my beautiful life.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Exactly.
mother. Thank you for my beautiful life. I'm like, what are you talking about? My life wasn't beautiful. I can't say that.
You were so funny. Is this my burning bush? I was like, yes,
for
that's your
for the
burning bush.
for the listeners, so they don't get the wrong impression. That was a bonfire that this shaman made specifically for me. He was guided to do that. He had said that he hadn't done that for anybody else before. And
Yeah.
and then the things that he was being guided to throw into the fire to represent my mother's lineage and my father's lineage were so on point. They were so on point,
Yeah.
specific to the traditions that I was raised in that have nothing to do with the way he was raised, right?
Yeah.
And so it felt really biblical. It felt like a really oh, this is,
Right?
I'm seeing God in the fire, and this is my burning bush. It was so great. It was so great, and to have you guys bust up laughing. It was so good.
Yeah, you were a fun one to come through. I loved just all of it. Hanging out with you, it was really special. It was really amazing. That was a good time.
Yeah, and I didn't come through. I didn't come through. I got like left in the darkness, and then when I left there and I had that like horrible experience trying to find a motel room, and it was intense. It was so intense, but what I'm trying to
Yeah.
get at is that it literally took me months to understand that the way to transmute all of it is to embrace it, is
Yes.
to give thanks for all of it, bless all of
All
it.
of
This is
it.
my
Yes.
unique journey. This is my
Thank
journey to
you.
awakening and
Yes.
enlightenment.
Yes.
And so it's like all that darkness, my soul needed to go through every bit of it, and I couldn't and wouldn't change a bit of it to get to where I am right now.
Right. And you know what is most everyone I feel that has gone through the deep darkness and stuff, always says that. Like, it's made me who I am. I can see the reasons why all of this needed to happen now,
Right,
in this moment.
right.
But at the time, no, it doesn't feel like that. It's like this. I would have never planned this. This sucks. What But when you get to the other side, it's like, oh, okay, I get it
Yeah.
now.
Right.
I understand. I understand the reason that had to happen or whatever,
Exactly.
what I had to learn.
And would you agree that the willingness to like slow down is like so paramount to being able to see those things?
Yes, being introspective. Because if you're not in that slow down state, you're constantly, your nervous system, you're just boom, boom, boom. You can't ever really be present enough to observe those things in
Right,
yourself. You're not even self-aware.
right, right,
So yeah,
right.
slowing down is like being mindful to me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
I learned that over and over. David and I did an iboga medicine ceremony. I don't know if you remember that, but that was one of the main things that I got out of that is to slow down. Like, because
Mm-hmm.
I have this energy. I can like, jump up. I'm all right. I'm gonna go do this. Like David can tell you. He starts talking to me about something we should do, and I'm jumping up to go do it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. He's like, I'm just talking about it right now. And so, yeah, slowing down in life. And here now, where we are, we're on. I don't know if you know who Zay that is the one who set up this Sky Island.
No, I
What?
don't know.
He's a Mayan timekeeper. He went to the Fairy Fest, and so he's been in similar circles. So
Oh,
anyway, whatever.
maybe I
And,
do, but I don't know by name. Yeah.
yeah. At any rate, they bought this property up in Columbia, California. It's over 100 acres, like total forest roads to get out here, 45 minutes from the nearest city, which
Wow.
is, yeah, but it feels like there's no energy, that discordant energy from being in the city. We're on a sky island up here. It's really amazing. And
Sky Island. That
slowing
sounds
down, like
so
today,
good.
we don't have, David and I, we don't have to do anything here, but we can if we want to. Jose said,
Uh-huh.
do what you want, just frolic. If you don't want to do something or help out, don't do it. If you want to, do it.
That's
Okay,
so good.
total freedom. And we can go frolic, do whatever. And, we have the land to do it, the huge gardens. And
How many people are there?
okay, let's see. We just keep shifting. So here's Jose, Julia, Annie, me, David, Pablo, Savannah. They just had a baby. A baby was just born on the property on Friday.
So
So
cool.
really cool. And then Heidi just got here and she's got 2 kids. Kathleen, Phil. So that's 13. And then some people come in and out. There's other owners, that don't stay here full time.
Oh,
But
okay.
that's what, it's growing right now. So yeah.
What kind of infrastructure is there?
Solar panels, well water, um, 2 big main houses, 2 main houses, and then other structures and yurts out on
That's
the
awesome.
land. Yeah.
That's so good. That's really
Yeah.
good.
So we're living
You always find the most
in that
amazing
community.
places.
They find me. It's our path. David and
It's your
I know
path,
this is
yeah.
humanity's next step in evolution is to live in community, because when you have those mirrors all the time and the divine play unfolding in
Oh,
that's
I know.
like, you know, yeah, you're
It's
ready
very,
to step
very
up and do some updates.
accelerated. It's very
Exactly.
accelerated.
Your growth is very accelerated. I have noticed that, observed in myself, and David and I, we're pretty positive and loving and done a lot of work, as you know,
Yeah.
but like in these last couple of weeks, I'm like, wow, I still have a lot of work to do.
Are you
I
having
would,
regular meetings as a community?
no,
Are you having,
not yet. And that's one of the problems, because
can you recall
some things
for
have
that?
been done and said, and I've made assumptions because I'm trying to make sense of things. And my assumptions aren't always right, but if we had the meetings,
Gosh
I
darn
wouldn't have to assume.
it.
I know. If we had regular meetings, we wouldn't be assuming. We would know what's what. And, when I have to assume, then sometimes I don't always assume the most positive outcome. I'm like, well, maybe they were doing this. Maybe it
Well,
was
but
that. So
maybe
funny.
they need, there's a thing that a community member that I once lived with used to say is that we bring what we long for. And so when we come into a community and we notice that something is missing, it's very likely our piece to present it and lead it. So it could be that they need you to start having meetings.
Well, we've been pushing it. David and I we put up a board. Right there's David.
Hey, David.
And we put everyone's name on there, and the jobs and check marks, and then that's as far as it went.
Okay. How long have you been there a while now?
A couple months.
Couple months. Okay. All
Right,
right.
David? Is that right? Have we been here 2 months? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, 2 months.
Awesome.
We're still all just kind of getting settled in. So I like Savannah and Pablo just had a baby. So I think within the next few weeks, maybe we'll start getting meetings going to create, because we can all co-create individually right now and do whatever we want. But it would be fun to get in community cohesiveness where we're co-creating with the same vision, you know.
Right. So what are you
But it's not
painting?
that.
Love. I can't read the second one.
But
Love Temple. The
the
Love Temple.
love
Of
temple. Yeah.
course.
Yeah, we found this. It was a little plaque that was stapled in on our van. And it said wild places. And David's like, let's paint it. The love temple.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, it's so good to see you. It's so good
Good
to see you. You look
to see you
radiant as
too.
always.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm doing another cleanse, a detox. So
Good.
it's been really good. Um, yeah, it's been interesting. This has been a lot of different experience.
Oh yeah. What type of cleanse are you doing?
Yeah, fasting.
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 Okay, good.
Yeah,
Good. Yay.
I know.
Well,
I know.
thank you for coming on and sharing your light and your energy and your wisdom. It's good to see
Mhm.
you and get a
Good to
glimpse of
see you.
David. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, community definitely. If you want to step up your progress spiritually, go get it a community.
Right. It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far right now there's no major rules here. There's like you have to clean up after yourself and but that doesn't always get done either,
Okay.
you know.
Okay. What's the age range in
So
there?
it's really interesting. Now from baby to I don't know 70s.
Okay. That's good representation. Yeah.
Yeah. Like we have all the age ranges. We have now a 3-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 12-year-old, a 17-year-old. You know, we have all the age ranges with kids and then adults too. Uh,
Cool.
20s. Yeah,
Okay.
it's quite an interesting character collaboration here. We've got all kinds of characters.
Yeah. Great.
So if
Great.
you're
Well,
ever in the area, we would love to see you. We want to do a festival soon, so maybe you can come and sing.
thank you. I would love that. It was interesting because
Yeah.
I just read something on Facebook the other day about, start normalizing the idea of pooling resources with friends to buy 100 or more acres. And here you are
Yay!
saying 100 acres, so that definitely got my attention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is
So
that
where is
place.
that?
This
Where
is
is that town? Where is that?
it. So it's near Columbia, California. Columbia is outside of Sonora. Is that right, honey?
Okay.
Sonora. Um, it's about 3 hours from the Bay
Okay. And how far are you
area.
from Oregon? Do you know?
My daughter's place, like 12 hours, but I don't know Oregon, how
Okay.
far I am from the border.
Okay.
I'm like,
All
my
right.
daughter's place, it's a little far.
Well, we'll
Um,
see what happens. I was invited up to a festival on some homeland in Oregon in June. So I don't know. Maybe I can.
when in June?
I think the middle of June, like the 14th to 16th or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I'll
Well, if you're
once I
on the
nail that
road,
down, huh?
yeah, maybe you could just stop by and come visit or whatever.
Yeah, maybe you can plan your festival around that. So,
Yes. Well, yeah, let's collaborate. Have
okay.
Tess come and sing. All right. I love you so much. I know I seem distracted. I'm listening. I'm painting. Like it's kind
It's
of a meditation for me.
it's
I
good.
don't
It's
know.
good. Well, it's your precious focus of attention. That's what you're doing.
Yeah.
You're creating.
I yeah. I just enjoy it. Just whatever it is, Today we were planting seeds in the garden and fixing our van and whatever we want to create. It's really amazing.
That's
When
so
you
good.
get out for me and get it actually in the dirt and plant and you're doing those kind of, it's, you don't need any other therapy. If everyone
No,
had a garden, that's all we would need.
because you feel yourself as part of nature instead of observing it, right?
Exactly.
I just saw this amazing film last night on Netflix. It was called My Octopus Teacher, and it was a documentary by a marine biologist,
Oh,
and he
David
was
said he
going.
saw it.
You saw, okay, and he decided to spend a year underwater every day, going to visit and follow this
Oh,
octopus.
that's right. Yeah, the octopus. Yeah. And it was really smart.
Oh my God, it taught him so much
Mhm.
about presence and trust and resilience and resourcefulness and keep going on when, like, in human life we would want to quit, and he really made a distinction about um, becoming part of nature versus observing it. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing. Really good. Really, really, really good.
And
Yeah.
that's what we're kind of doing. We're becoming part of nature. I mean, we're out literally in the middle of a forest with, you know, nothing
That's
else
right.
around. It's really,
It's
yeah.
really good. Yay.
I know. Yay. Love, love, love you. You're
Love,
so
love, love
awesome
you
and
too.
amazing.
Thank you, sister. Likewise. Okay.
Mwah.
Mwah.
All right,
Bye bye.
bye.
Change to viewer. Okay. So, what are these comments that came in? Stu, I was just offered a job driving Leon the Bulldog around Rancho in a golf cart. $15 a day. Woohoo. By Larry, my neighbor. Okay, well, you get to feel into your precious focus of attention and decide if that is a inspiring use of your precious focus of attention. And I cheer you on in figuring that out. And Ana Luisa has joined us. Welcome to the call. It's good to have you here. And our topic today is the power of your sacred focus, or the more usual way that I would describe that as your precious focus of attention. And what a gift that is that gets overlooked in this bombardment world of information overload. And we have so many things on our minds and so many things on our plates and so many things on our to-do lists and our get-to-do lists, and finding that place inside of us, of finding that inner peace and tuning in to put our attention on uncovering what it is that is really going on with us and what it is that our inner being, our heart, actually wants, as opposed to what we have convinced ourselves or heard someone else say that we should, or whatever that might be. And so it's like I'm here to reflect your worthiness, to make listening to yourself and tuning into yourself such a priority, to honor yourself so much, to decide that getting to know you, what makes you tick, what makes you joyful, is so worthwhile. Because again, the world is a mirror reflecting our own self-love and self-honor. And if we don't like the way that we're being treated, it's a signal that we need to be treating ourselves a whole lot better. If we don't like what we're seeing in the world stage, we got to go in deeper and find the peace and honor and respect and harmony inside our own selves. And then when we open our eyes back up again, it is very likely that we will see a more pleasing and honoring reflection. So that is the topic for today. We still have, what do we still have? We still have about 15 minutes left. So if anybody that is out there would still like to come on and chat, we have time for that. And I'd love to hear what's on your mind, what's on your heart, what's alive for you related to this topic or anything else that is taking your focus of attention, your precious focus of attention. So this is the opportunity to be witnessed and heard and sacredly listened to with honor and respect for your point of view. Right now, my focus of attention is on hearing the sweet, happy trills and songs of the birds outside my bedroom door. As I sit in grateful presence, holding space with you. You are worth putting your attention on yourself. Even if you start with sitting in front of a mirror in your home and simply giving your honoring attention to your own reflection. And rather than looking through critical eyes, I invite you to look through appreciative eyes, divine eyes, sacred eyes, taking in the unfathomable miracle that is you. No matter what you look like, no matter how you feel, see the unfathomable miracle that is you. And realize the grace that you have, the grace that you have been given to get to be here in your body, in your form, in your personality, with your character's story and circumstances. And realize what a privilege that is. And from an actor's standpoint, consider the possibility that the more challenging your role, the richer the script is that you are a part of. And the greater your experience of your own liberation will be. If any of you listening is needing support in finding the peace within you and reconnecting to your own divine worthiness, please feel free to DM me and let's have a little chat and see if I can be a good mirror for you. To love and honor yourself enough to take the time to create a foundation of inner peace and trust inside your holy sanctuary, so that the life you build upon it can feel stable and secure and can really hold you, is one in which you give yourself permission to really respect that inner voice inside you, to ask it what it wants, and to listen, and to not justify compromising it anymore. I'm offering one-on-one spiritual tune-ups online, and I am currently also offering a one-on-one live experience called the Slow Queen or the Slow King Inner Peace Retreat. So if any of those are things that you might be interested in exploring with me, please do reach out. My VIP inaugural retreatant was supposed to be joining us today, and instead she manifested an invitation to a wonderful concert, and so graciously gave herself permission to redirect her precious focus of attention to this lovely soul nourishing experience that is just about to start. And I got to graciously release her and just redirect my precious focus of attention and go with the flow. So it's all good. It's all divine. Woo.
Who indeed?
Oh, that's so interesting. My my tablet, which is keeping time on our talk, just started talking to me. I didn't make it do that, but it did. So anyway, this is live. This is what happens. Life happens. And we go with it and we flow with it. And we don't make it mean anything about anything. Just allow. And enjoy all the spontaneity and all the unexpected, all the unexpected things that enter into the scene. If there are any topics that you would enjoy us exploring here, you can send that to me as well. And if you'd like to be a guest on here, you have something special that you want to talk about or promote, an event or a workshop or retreat or website or something that you're doing that you would like to put some light on, then let me know about that as well. And we will explore the possibility of making that happen. So, does anybody have any last minute questions or comments they'd like to make, either live or in the chat? Whew. Well, I thank you as always for tuning in with me and honoring me with your sacred, precious focus of attention. It's no small thing to tune in someplace for 2 hours in this fast-paced reality. So I am profoundly grateful, and I will leave you with my little ditty, which is, with a jingle on your tongue and a tingle in your heart, you will stay forever young. You will see the world as art. You will sing with every rainbow. You will wish upon each star. You will let yourself imagine, and this gift will take you far. Much love to you from my heart to yours. And God, Goddess willing, I will see you again next Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. Pacific time for episode number 38 of Voices of the Global Awakening, Tuesdays with Tess. Much love to you. Namaste.